All right, let's talk about something that feels like it's straight out of science fiction, but it's actually happening right now in the heart of modern business. I'm talking about AI agents. And no, these aren't just fancy new tools. They're more like a whole new digital workforce. They're automating entire workflows and, honestly, creating efficiency on a level we've never seen before. So let's dive in and figure out how they actually work and what this all means for the future of, well, your business. So here's our game plan for today. First up, we're going to look at the why, the pressures in today's business world that basically made AI agents a necessity. Then we'll get super clear on what they are. After that, the fun part, the real tangible benefits. We'll even see them in action with some real-world examples. And finally, we'll talk about how any business, big or small, can start to embrace this whole new world of automation. Okay, let's kick things off with the why. I mean, why is this even a conversation we're having? The truth is, the modern business world is, well, it's a relentless race, isn't it? Everything is moving at lightning speed, putting this insane pressure on everyone to be faster, smarter, more efficient. And in that kind of environment, just sticking to the old ways of doing things, that's not just slow anymore, it's a serious liability. This is exactly where the whole argument for automation really gets its start. So let me ask you this, and it's a question every single leader should be thinking about. What are the hidden costs of inefficiency in your business? Because, it's not just about the obvious stuff like wasted time or money. The real cost is stagnation. It's all those missed opportunities. It's the brilliant employees getting frustrated with clunky processes. And it's that slow, creeping feeling of falling behind your competitors, the ones who decided to evolve. I mean, just picture it. On one side, you've got the old way, this tangled mess of manual work. It's slow, it's practically begging for human error, and let's be honest, you can't really scale it. But then, on the other side, you have automated workflows. It's like paving a superhighway where there used to be a dirt path. Suddenly, everything is efficient, it's consistent, and it's built for growth, right from the very beginning. And think about the specific hurdles we're all up against, right? Competition is fierce. Customers expect everything yesterday. And profit margins are getting tighter and tighter. Now, if your internal processes are slow and clunky, you're basically trying to fight all these battles with one arm tied behind your back. It's no wonder that automation has gone from being a nice-to-have luxury to an absolutely essential tool for survival. Okay, so if those are the problems, what's the solution? Well, this is where AI agents come onto the scene. And it's really important to think about them not just as, another piece of software. Think of them as a totally new kind of intelligent workforce, one that can handle some surprisingly complex stuff. So what exactly is an AI agent? The key word you've got to remember here is autonomous. That's the real game changer. It's what makes an AI agent so different from a simple script or a basic program. This thing can actually perceive its environment, make its own decisions, and carry out complex, multi-step tasks, all without a human operator micromanaging every single move. It's basically a digital employee with a very specific job to do. So, what's the magic behind the curtain? What gives these agents all this power? Well, it's really a combination of a few key technologies working together. You've got machine learning, which lets them get smarter over time. You have natural language processing, which is how they can understand and talk to us in plain English. And when you put those two together, boom, you get that autonomous execution that makes them so incredibly transformative. All right, the tech is cool, for sure. But what about the results? I mean, what does this actually do for a business? Let's stop talking theory and look at the real, tangible, measurable impact that AI agents can have on the bottom line. Just think about this number for a second. A potential 40% increase in productivity. What would that even look like for your team? When you hand off all those repetitive, frankly soul-crushing tasks to an AI agent, you're not just getting more stuff done. You're unlocking this massive reserve of human potential that was just buried under busy work before. And yeah, that massive productivity gain, it goes straight to the bottom line. With intelligent automation, businesses are seeing their operational costs drop by as much as 30%. That's huge. And it comes from having smoother workflows, cutting down on those expensive human errors, and just being way smarter about where your resources are going. And let me be crystal clear here. We are not talking about shaving off a few minutes here and there. We are talking about getting back thousands, literally thousands of human work hours every single year. Hours that before were just poof, gone, vaporized by tedious manual work. But what do you do with all that reclaimed time? This right here is the most important part. It lets you empower your most valuable asset, your people, to do what only people can do, to think strategically, to solve really tough problems, to innovate. You're shifting their entire focus from low-value repetition to high-value work that actually pushes the business forward. Okay, so we get the what and the why. That's great. But now let's get practical. Where are these AI agents actually showing up in the real world? What are they doing? So the possibilities are pretty much endless. But most AI agents you see out there fall into a few main categories. You've got your chatbots and virtual assistants, the ones handling customer questions. Then there are tools for something called robotic process automation, or RPA for short. These guys are workhorses for automating repetitive digital stuff like data entry. And then you have the custom-built agents, the ones that are tailored for very specific, unique business problems. And you can see how this all maps out across the business, right? Customer service is being totally transformed by chatbots that can give people support 24/7. Your operations and finance departments are getting streamlined by RPA agents that handle all the mind-numbing data entry and reconciliation. And at the same time, custom agents are giving sales and marketing teams these incredible new superpowers for things like finding new leads or creating super personalized campaigns. You know, this quote really hits the nail on the head. So much of the conversation around AI is about replacing jobs, but the reality and the real goal is all about augmentation. It's not about replacing people, it's about giving them superpowers. It's about freeing them from doing robotic work so they can be more creative, more strategic, and just flat out more effective. All right, so with all of this in mind, the big question is, how does a business actually get started on this journey? Let's map out a clear, simple path to embracing intelligent automation and, building for the future. Look, this whole journey can really be broken down into three pretty logical steps. Step one, analyze your business. Figure out where the bottlenecks are, what processes are just begging to be automated. Step two, choose the right solution. Find the AI tool that actually fits what you need. And step three, integrate it, but do it thoughtfully and then commit to tweaking and optimizing it over time to make it even better. So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, in today's world, just doing nothing, that's a direct path to becoming obsolete. Adopting intelligent automation isn't really a choice anymore. It's an absolutely essential strategy, not just for growing, but for surviving. And that really brings us to the final question we should all be asking ourselves. The future of business is going to be intelligent, it's going to be automated, and it's going to be incredibly efficient. So as you look at your own company, your own operations, the question isn't if this change is coming. It's just, is your business built for tomorrow?